Dear Gabriella, if you ever became a parent, you'd know that overwhelming surge of emotion that comes from your first interaction with the tiny miracle you've helped create. Babies aren't pretty when they're born, all wrinkled and pink like uncooked pork, but at the same time, they're absolutely stunning. In that moment, they become the most beautiful thing you've ever laid eyes on. Of course, it's no secret that a parent's love goes deeper than just sight. I was taken before you even left the womb. We spent those long months planning names, bouncing ideas, and memorizing the curve of our lips that came with each pronunciation. Antonio for a girl, Alejandro for a boy, Katrina, Santiago, or something simple like Sam. I spent hours worrying over a simple combination of letters, wondering which one was going to encompass all of the love that we'd put into you. And then you arrived, kicking and screaming with your eyes screwed shut with all of the confusion and unfamiliar sensations. Your hair was darker than mine and fuller than I expected on a newborn. You had that grayish blue-eye color that nearly all babies start with, and they only darken with time. As you grew, we only grew more enamored with you, our little Gabriella. I remember just staring at you for hours, not getting any of the sleep my body demanded. Everything about you was perfect, from the curve of your nose to those long, dark eyelashes. I fell hard, like any mother should. And I knew even then that the only thing I'd ever feel for you would be love. The pattern repeated. Two more kids, each every bit as amazing as you were. We grew, moved into a bigger house, learned to manage time, and loved even harder. You were never quite happy with them, but such is the fate of the oldest. I knew you'd get over it. We hoped you'd get over it. In the meantime, it was kind of funny to watch you pout. Gabby, I don't know what happened. I don't know where we went wrong. You go into parenthood not knowing what the hell you're doing, and you just have to trust that you'll make the right choices. These lives, these futures, they depend on us. You can learn to change a diaper or cook dinner, but everything else is on a learn as you go basis. I spent so much time agonizing over every last detail, standing back and looking at the full timeline, and I still can't pinpoint the moment we failed. But regret doesn't change that. We failed. We failed Victoria, we failed Alejandro, and we failed you. People always tell you that parenthood is full of mistakes, but I didn't think it meant you could lose everything with one wrong step. Maybe it doesn't usually. Maybe I'm just that much worse than any other mother. But I still don't know what I did to fuck up this badly. Doesn't that just make it even more pathetic? It seemed like such a gradual change. You were never very needy, but you weren't always as detached as you've grown to be. You were nothing if not self-sufficient, always content wherever we'd put you. Alejandro was incredibly needy, always wanting attention, and Victoria hated being separate from her mom and dad. You would just sit in your crib, hours before the sun rose, quietly observing the world around you. It really was a wonder, a gift. It tripped me up, scared me when you didn't cry as much as you should have, but eventually I accepted it as a part of you. Years went by. Quiet changed to antisocial, and independent became withdrawn. Typical teenage behavior. We used to laugh, sharing our common woes with fellow parents of growing young adults. You were growing, you wanted space to figure things out. We knew the other two weren't far behind, with your sister being on the edge of her pre-teen years. I wonder if she would have acted the same way. I wonder if I would have done better. I wish I could stack all of these what ifs and just take a leap to the bottom. I wouldn't have to think about this anymore. I wouldn't have to think about you. The most painful wound you've left me with is the knowledge that I will never be able to hate you. You ensnared me before you even knew how to, and I cannot resent you, my daughter. And I cannot resent you, my daughter. All I feel is the hollow echoes of my promises mocking me like a soundtrack of my shortcomings. Why did you do it? You never got along with your siblings very well, not after the attention they stole from you. But didn't you love them? You three used to fight, then make up over chalk dust and partially deflated kickballs. It was normal, wasn't it? Siblings fight all the time, but I never saw this coming. I knew you were angry at me, I understand, but you are no longer my daughter, are you? You may have returned to us, but not physically. Were you lonely? Being dead all by yourself? Or did you just hate that I let them live instead of you? You played with hearts while they played with board games. Victoria loved drawing and I always saw the beauty in each little scribble, just like how I saw the individual worth of every last hair on her head. But there is no glimmer of hope in the carvings you left behind. No hidden worth that could be found in the deep red slashes that marked her cold skin like a canvas. My only son, your father's pride and joy, reduced to a mess of coal and ashes where our house used to stand. The aftermath of a fire is so cold and meaningless, knowing that everything in front of you is completely ruined. Even my husband, who walked out of the house with no more than a burnt hand, was forever gone. He died before the noose broke his neck. I don't hate you. I hate the future I've destroyed. And I hate that you did this to me. I hate that I allowed this to happen. I hate myself. They scream at me, banishing all silence from miles away. I know they blame me. I know what they need. Just like you, they only want company. And I am ready to join them. It will be time for me to leave soon. I am done trying to save myself from a fate that I fully deserve. I don't know where you are, or if you're even real. But I am not finished with you. I only hope that no other person meets the same fate you've doomed your family to. I love you, my Gabriella, and that is nothing but a curse. But since I love you, I leave you with this final promise. You can burn the world and leave nothing but smoke, but I will still find you. You may not believe me, but when we're locked in an eternal embrace 6 feet under, you'll know. There's nothing you can do to shake my love for you. If you won't stay with me, then I'll just make you.